Here we go. Happy Friday.
Yeah. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. What's
What's
up, guys?
going on?
Yo. I'm excited.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, welcome. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching the replay, what's going on? Caleb and Dakota here with another Friday training. Today is all about generating leads with lead magnets. So if it's something that you want to do for your business or something that you want to learn in the marketing world, we're chatting about it today. So post up your questions, put them in the live chat. We're here doing this live. And so if you've got questions about any of this or how you can use it in your own business, throw it in there and we'll dive into it. But yeah, before we do dive in, while we're waiting for some people to hop in, man, how's your week been, Dakota?
It's been great, man. It's Friday, so it's been warm. I feel like the whole country's a little bit warm right now. I feel like I'm getting to the part of summer where I'm like, fall sounds nice. Fall sounds nice,
Fall, that's my wife, Tori, she's been there for like a solid month. Like as soon as we hit July, she was like, is it like October yet? Is it November yet?
Like have some chili and football game or something. Yeah, that's where we're at too. But hey, it's good. Just living in the present. Life is good.
Heck yeah, man. We're going to the beach this weekend, so I'm pumped about that.
Ooh, yeah.
Enjoy a nice little beach trip on Saturday. So cool. Well, what's up, guys? If you're just joining in, we're diving into lead magnets. So it's really cool. We've got a lot that we can show you today. We use lead magnets not only in our own business, but we do it a lot for our clients as well. So we can really talk a good bit about this. So if you have any questions on this topic, please just go ahead and fire them away. But let's go ahead and just kind of get started. I'll share my screen here. Anything else that you want to intro on lead magnets, Dakota, before we
Well, I think it's important that, we kind of talk about the use case for lead magnets. So we obviously typically teach like VSL funnel, right? And if you've been following along in this group for a while, you've seen the VSL funnel, you've seen kind of our layout for it. And that is kind of our primary go-to funnel for high ticket offers, offers that are selling something over the phone. But lead magnets are way more versatile for a plethora of different styles of offers. So we wanted to just kind of walk through kind of a general setup for lead magnets. And before we do that, before we get into the nitty gritty of how to set it up, I think it is important to talk about when you would use a lead magnet campaign, specifically with paid ads, right? So it's always good to have like a lead magnet for people to link back to from your Instagram or your website or whatever. But today we're talking about how do we use this thing for paid ads? How do we make this profitable on a paid ads side? Sort of approach. So yeah, Caleb, anything you want to kind of chat through there?
Yeah. So I think if you're trying to figure out, okay, when do I use lead magnets? When is this good for me? I think the first thing to think about is that lead magnets are a great way to get affordable leads. So if right now you're on a budget, you're just looking for a way to build your list or just start to get people to raise their hand and show interest in your offer, lead magnets are a really, really, really great way and an affordable way to get people opting in. And why is that? It's because people like free stuff. So if you're going to offer them something for free, your costs for those opt-ins are going to be a lot cheaper than if you're having them opt in for some sort of deeper educational or something with a higher commitment or a webinar or even like trainings and stuff like that. Those are great, but typically opt-in costs are a little bit higher there than if you're just straight up giving something away for free, right? And so that's really what a lead magnet is. There's a bunch of different names for them out there, but lead magnet is what we'll call them here in this training. But it's basically just an asset or a resource that you're offering to your list for free or to your audience for free. And then they're basically opting in, meaning they're going to put their name, email, or phone, or whatever you want to grab from them. They're going to register to get that item for free. And then you go ahead and send them that item. Okay. So it's really great for affordable leads. And then I would also say the other really great use case for it is if you have setters or if you have people on your team on the sales side that their whole job is texting, chatting, maybe doing some initial intro calls. This is a really great funnel for that type of sales setup. So cool. Anything else, Dakota, top of mind for you?
No, that's really good. Yeah. Maybe let's chat about the KPIs really quick, or I don't know if it's relevant now or if you want to show the diagram first, but you mentioned cheaper. I think when I'm thinking cheaper, right, from a paid traffic standpoint, what are we talking about here for paid ads?
So
for a lead?
Yeah, so I think like it's super normal to be able to get leads opting in for a lead magnet around $5, and that's not super common these days. So what I mean by that is like if you would have asked like a few years back, right, with Facebook, like people were getting $5 opt-ins all the time. Like Dakota, you remember this?
Yeah.
Like it was easy to just get like $3, $4, or $5 opt-ins. Nowadays, especially with like I was talking about, like deeper, more educational funnels, it's really not super common to get opt-ins that cheap. And so this is a really great way to drop that cost. But I would say like if you're getting lead magnet opt-ins for around $5, that's good. Like I think that's a good price.
Love
So,
it.
cool. Yeah, so we'll dive into this diagram here in a second. Really quickly before we even get into the how it all works, let's talk about like the what. Okay, so what are we even talking about here? So this is a quick example of a lead magnet that we're using at Ad Class. It can be an ebook. It could be like a PDF. It could be like any sort of guide, right? It's just something that like you can give to your audience as a download. So for us, it's this ebook that we went ahead and created. Big shout out actually to Ryan Kensler on our team. So Ryan, if you're watching, what's up, dude? Ryan was the one that went ahead and basically designed this off of content that we created. But it's basically just taking some time to make something that's going to be valuable for your audience. Okay, so think about that for a second. Think about if I was going to give my audience right now something for free, what would be something that would be really valuable to them? Right. So if you're maybe a health coach, maybe it's like a diet plan, right? Hey, here's my 30-day diet plan. Or maybe it's hey, here's my 14-day ab workout or whatever, right? But start thinking through some things that would be really valuable for your audience and then take some time to make it. Now, this is a little bit more like custom design. Ryan Kensler did it on our team. Like I said, he's a graphic designer, but it's really easy to also get something like this made in Canva. So don't be like scared or like shy away from this if you feel like you don't, how am I going to make an ebook? Like, I don't know how to do that or whatever. Canva's free and they have templates for this stuff like already basically made. So all you got to do is go in, put your logo on there, change the colors, and then type out some good content. Okay. So it doesn't have to be overthought. But yeah, this is what a typical one looks like. I just wanted to show you guys kind of like how it looks before we actually get into the house. You understand like this is what we're actually giving away for free. Okay. Like this is the lead magnet. So, okay, cool. Yeah. And then you can just literally upload it to Google Drive once you've created the asset. Anything else? Like, do you have any other examples, Dakota, on like other like lead magnet examples that you've seen?
Yeah. So I feel like, a really common one is something like this, like an ebook or a PDF, but for lead magnets, it could be as simple as, like an email newsletter, right? Would be another good example. Like, hey, opt in for our email newsletter. We send, weekly email on blah, 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 right? Whatever it is. Like, just think of it in terms of they're giving you their contact info in exchange for value, right? And whatever that value looks like for you, it can be different for you. For us, in this case, it's, an ebook that we created, but we could just as easily say, hey, opt in and get this free video series delivered to your email, that's teaching you how to run ads step by step or whatever. Right. So, the ebook we see works pretty well just because it's, from the front end, you're giving sort of a downloadable and people like that, but don't limit yourself to thinking it has to be something like that. Right. There's a lot of different ways you can go about it.
Exactly. Love it, dude. Okay. So, cool guys. If you have questions, throw them in the comments. We'd love to just kind of answer. I think that, do we have anything right now? How much should we put for ad spend when first starting this? Oh, really good question. So when you're getting started out with an ebook, like I said, this is a more affordable funnel type. So you actually can get started here for a lot less than I would say you would on like a typical VSL or like a video sales letter or a webinar type funnel. So for this specific funnel, I mean, I think that you could go as low as like starting at like maybe like $50 like a day in a campaign to just kind of like start trying to get some opt-ins. So that would be like what I would recommend. You could probably go cheaper as well, but it just depends on how quickly you want to see results. So obviously the more you spend, the faster you're going to start to see opt-ins. If you're doing $20 a day and you're getting $5 opt-ins, right? Like you're only going to get a couple opt-ins a day. So, okay. Really good question though. Sweet. All right. So now let's actually talk about the how. So we showed you the what, right? Like we're giving away this ebook for free. Okay. So now let's go over a diagram that walks through, okay, what does a typical funnel like this look like? Then after this, just so that you understand what we're going to show you in this training, we're going to show you the actual landing page for our ebook, like how that looks, so you can understand how that flows. Then we'll actually even go high level and I'll show you some like, some like workflows of like how the automation like works on the back end. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of show you like this from every angle possible. Sweet. So this is a lead magnet funnel, guys. All right, so I'm gonna kind of zoom in so we can focus on one thing at a time and not get super confused. So it's going to start with ads. All right. So you're going to run ads on whatever platform that is going to be best for you. We typically recommend Meta as a good starting place. And you're going to run ads that say something like, hey, we just created this awesome thing. It's totally free. If you want to grab it, go ahead and click the link below and get it for free, right? Then they're going to click the link and they're going to land on the landing page. Now on the landing page, this landing page is a little bit longer than a typical video sales letter type landing page, at least for us. We like on these pages to give a little bit more information on the actual asset that they're downloading. Whereas for like a free training, we try to keep it super simple. It's like a hook and maybe like a sub headline or something. Now on this page, I'll show you, this is what it typically looks like, right? So this, after they click the ad and they land on the landing page, this is an example of a page that we've built here for the ebook. Okay, so again, doesn't have to be anything super crazy, but I'll kind of scroll down and show you. We've got, we're calling out the audience. We've got our hook. We say that they can download the guide. And then we've got this form here that basically has name, first name, last name, email, phone, and we even have 2 qualifying questions on here so we can understand kind of where they're at in their coaching business. Do they have one? And then also, would they actually like to learn more about like how to implement ads into their business, right? So this is a good chunk of information, right? Like this isn't just we're not talking like about like we're just getting email here, right? And Dakota, like what are we getting for like cost per lead on these right now?
Yeah, it's definitely sub $8. So
cool.
Which, you know, when you're asking this many questions, that's kind of, impressive, honestly, because usually the more questions you ask, the higher that cost goes up, right? Because we call that friction. The more friction there is in the funnel, the higher the cost for conversion is going to be. So in this case, first, last, email, phone, and 2 survey questions for less than $8 per opt-in. We're very happy with that. But that's kind of the power of a lead magnet.
Exactly. So that's section 2 on this page. We've got a little bit more of that form here. And then we just finish it with like, hey, like here's some screenshots of our Hyros account. So like actually check out that like, you know, we've got some proof here. And then we finished with a final CTA. Hey, get it sent to your phone. We'll just go ahead and text it to you right now. Okay. So that's the landing page. It's pretty simple. It's a little bit longer than our normal ones, but it's also not like super short either, if that makes sense. Cool. Okay. So that's the landing page. After somebody opts in, right, then we go ahead and send them to a thank you page that basically like confirms, hey, we're going to go ahead and follow up. We're going to send you the resource, right? We're going to send you the ebook to make sure that they go ahead and check their email and check their phone, right? Because what we're going to do is as soon as they've opted in and we've grabbed their information, we're going to go ahead and throw them into an email drip as well as an SMS drip or a text message drip. Dakota, do you want to talk at all about like kind of drips and like what's important about
that?
This?
So these are, when we say drip, what we're really talking about is like automated sequences of email and or text messages, right? And so these are like, I can't stress the importance of this piece enough, because basically what you're doing here is you're getting contact information, you're giving a resource. But if you stop there, then basically you're never going to get a conversion or anything from these people long term, because at the end of the day, you're going to be top of mind for them for the couple of minutes that they opted in, maybe the couple more minutes that they spent kind of looking at the resource. But you have to take the ball into your court and actually move it along after that. And the most effective way to do so is via automation. So usually what we'll do is we'll set up SMS automations, which will be like, text messages that send out based on, any value we want to give to people. So for example, here it's like, hey, saw you downloaded the advertising guide. Do you have any questions? Right? Can I answer anything from that guide? And then eventually we'll say, cool, do you want to hop on a call and we can see how we can help, right? That would be like our version of a sales call. Same with email, but on email, what we like to do is really send sort of what I call like objection handler emails. So in my mind, if I go into the shoes of the person that downloaded the lead magnet, and I think through, as they are kind of like going through their user journey, what objections might they have to this process? right? What might they be thinking that I can ease their mind on? So maybe it's that like, hey, I don't know who these Dakota and Caleb people think they are. Like, who are these people, right? So we'll send an email that's like, hey, we're Dakota and Caleb. Here's our team. Here's our results. Here's what we've been able to do with ads. Here's why you should trust us, right? We've been here. We've done this, whatever. So things like that. And we send emails every day, right, for a certain number of days that have a call to action that we want people to take. So maybe that's booking a call, maybe it's, joining our Facebook group, whatever it is, right? Like that's going to be the call to action in those emails. And that is really essential to this because you have to stay at the top of people's minds. Distractions are everywhere these days. So even if they had all the intent in the world to like work with you or buy your product or whatever it was on day one, they're going to forget. And you have to do the job of reminding them, hey, still here. We're still doing the thing, right? And that's what the automation, the drip that Caleb mentioned is all about.
Yeah, and so this is kind of a really quick sneak peek at this. This one right now, like it's turned on, and we've got like a tag. So this is kind of like the form is submitted, right? So we showed you guys this form, right? So after somebody clicks an ad, they land on this page, they fill out this form. Someone fills out this form, and then boom, that's what triggers the like start of the automation, right? And so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add a tag, and we're basically like, hey, this person downloaded the ebook, right? So now we've got them saved into our CRM, and they've got a tag that says that they downloaded this specific resource. So we know that this person took that action, right? Then we've also added them to a pipeline stage, right? So this is for people in our team to understand where this person is at in their overall lead journey, right? They've just began with us. Okay, that's kind of what this is saying. Then next, I've got a little stop filter here because we're in the middle of working on actual the conversational SMS here down below. So that's why I put this stop filter here now. But after somebody has gone in, then they're going to go through this entire conversational SMS, right? So it's going to be what Dakota just mentioned, right? Hey, is this the right phone number for the ebook? Can we send this to you? Right? And then if they said yes, cool, awesome. The contact replied. Did the contact not reply? If the contact replied, was the reply positive or negative? Meaning, did they say, yeah, this is me, I want the ebook, or no, wrong number, or whatever, right? If they said yes, cool, boom, now we've delivered the ebook via SMS, and we've added a new tag basically saying, hey, this person, they opted in, they said yes, that this was the right number, we sent them the ebook. So now this person is like pretty dang qualified, right? They've opted in and they've confirmed with our team, and we've sent them the resource. So then now we're starting the conversation, right? As soon as we've sent that, now we're saying, cool, now let's talk, right? Let's talk about what's going on with your business. Let's talk about what you need help with, right? And you're beginning that conversation with people. And so this is kind of the power of like being able to set up those automations on the back end. So when you see like email drip and like SMS stuff here, like this is what we're talking about, guys, is like they've opted in and you're automatically following up with them. And when you do this the right way, it takes off so much from your plate and your sales team's plate. Because now they're actually getting like communication that you can count on, like, it's going to go out and it's going to go out like on time, right? So pretty cool stuff. Now after this, guys, basically, the motions typically totally depends on the business model that you're running, but oftentimes with these sorts of lead magnets, they're going to go to an intro call with a setter, right? Where the setter is basically going to hop on and be like, hey, you got the ebook, tell me about it, tell me a little bit about your business, and then going to ask them some questions. And if the person's qualified for whatever your service is, then they're going to go ahead and set them to somebody to actually go ahead and sign them up for whatever that service is, right? And so that's pretty much the lead magnet funnel, guys. That's it at a high level. And yeah, that's kind of the back end and how the drips work. We showed you guys the actual asset as well that we're using. So yeah, I don't know, Dakota, is there anything else to add? And or if anyone has questions, like throw them in the chat and we'll dive in. So.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. That's super simple, short, easy to launch, right? This model. And that's kind of the whole point is like, we can quickly iterate and get something going that's going to actually be able to quickly get leads into our business. So as Caleb said, like this is for you if you haven't built a VSL yet, and maybe you're intimidated by the idea of building out a whole long, video that educates leads. This is another way that you can educate leads quickly, effectively, and at a little bit of a cheaper cost. It does put a little bit more of the onus on your sales ability, right? Because if somebody books a call with you or gets to your sales page for a product, they're only going to have whatever resource you gave them in the lead magnet to fall back on. So that's the downside of this, right? And a lot of people are like, I just want to run lead magnet funnels all day long. It's like, that's awesome as long as you know how to sell, right? Because if you don't know how to sell, then you're just going to be buying leads for no reason. And so that's an important distinction, because ultimately you're not educating leads unless they really go through your product. Now, another example of a lead magnet funnel that we didn't really chat about, Caleb, is like the free plus shipping book model, right? Which isn't a free lead magnet, but like you guys have probably seen it. It's like, hey, you can buy my book. I'll pay for the book. You just pay for shipping and I'll send it to you. So authors and people who, have written books do this model. Because then they know that if someone actually goes through the whole book and reads it, the trust that's built there is insane. And now on the back end, it's so much easier to, get someone to buy a product from you because they've read your book. They know you at this point, right? Yeah. Sweet. Sure. So, all right, Facebook user, for whatever reason, it says Facebook user. But I believe that this is Brandon. So Brandon, thanks for sticking with us today. Says, I really loved the breakdown, guys. Helps explore the process for what to do after as well. If you have questions on the process, Brandon, if any didn't make sense, throw them in the comments and we'll reply to you as well. But I'm thankful that was helpful.
Yeah, we're really excited, guys. So before you guys head out next Friday, we are going to basically go into the group because we got a bunch of questions inside of the group this week on and topics that you guys want to go over. So next week specifically, we're going to be going over a session where we literally answer all of the questions that you guys have put in the group. So we're still accepting entries. So go into the group. If you've got stuff that you're like, hey, I'd really love you guys to just go over this specific thing, post it up. We're going to go over it next Friday together. And guys, thanks for tuning in. We love you. We want to help out, and come hang out with us inside the ad class group. Oh, and this person says, how often will there be lives?
Every week, baby. Every week. Friday. We're here.
Every week. We do it every week. So yeah, come hang out with us.
All right. Peace out.
Peace out, guys.